What's up, y'all? Parker of Social Sake here, just popping in quick to say that I am officially a full-time musician slash podcaster. So if you enjoy all the content that I put out, it would mean the world if you subscribe to my Patreon, which is in the link below. Basically, it's $5 a month starting at, and you can go there to check out the tiers, and you can see what it all helps me out with financially. If not, thank you so much for watching the podcast and supporting the project by listening to music, coming to shows, buying merch, all that good stuff. But just wanted to shout that out quick. So thank you guys. Much love. Enjoy the podcast. Bye.
Yeah,
I mean, it's cool too because I mean, you're the pioneer, you know. It's like,
man.
dude. I mean, and you've been recognized a bunch of times now this year.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's been really cool. I often feel like I'm not the most like in tune musician. Like when you mentioned like an open jam or something like that, I'm not confident in jamming with other musicians.
Oh, sure.
It's just something I want to get better at. Like, it's something I never really did.
Yeah, I mean, more a songwriter and
really,
performer than a jammer. Yeah, that's fine.
But growing up, I always be like, fuck, man, it'd be really sick to just know, like, the key and just have my music. Like,
doesn't everyone think that, though? Like, but then you have to, like, sit at home for, like, hundreds of hours learning how to do that. It's like, do you really want to do that, or do you want to write some songs?
Right,
you know?
right. So you only got a certain amount of hours in the day.
Yeah. Should I move this closer?
Yeah, probably like a fist away from your you can edit the reach too.
Yeah, but, this feels good to me.
Yeah,
so.
But I do like Minnesota more than Chicago for sure.
Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot. I haven't done a lot in Chicago. I don't even know if I've played a full band show in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, because so back when I was like signed and like had the whole like booking agent thing going on, he was based out of Chicago, and so I was playing a lot. I played at like Sub T and Cobra Lounge and Wicker Park Fest, and you know, and kind of these shows where like I was a opening act as an acoustic artist, and like kind of no one showed up. It was because like it didn't make sense to have me as the opener anyways, because I didn't really have a Chicago draw besides like 20 people. Gotcha. So it was like
20 people is 20 people.
Well, yeah. I went to camp with a lot of people from Chicago because I went out in Mukwonago to Phantom Lake. And so I knew a lot of people from Chicago who were, so I was just text them all, yo, dude, like I'm playing this show. Can you come through?
Did the headliners ever bring a good crowd?
Less than you would have expected, but like, I mean, you know, they had some dedicated fans, but it was kind of like, it seemed like, you know, just stops on a tour that was probably, you know, booked through an agency.
Right.
Have
you played Minneapolis quite a bit? Or?
I've played Minneapolis, I think just once. Yeah. And it was with Colin Bracewell.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And he's playing on the show in February.
Got you.
Cactus Club.
Yeah.
And he played with my Cactus Club show in August, where I headlined the first time in Milwaukee. So
got you. Yeah, he messaged me some questions about booking and stuff. So
yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he seems like a cool dude.
Really cool.
There's some cool like folk up in like the Minneapolis area that kind of do, like, I'm thinking of Landon Conrad too.
Yeah.
It really inspires me as far as like a content creator / musician / just like personality.
I really like seeing his stuff, and he seems like he carries that same authenticity, which is like something I really like about you. And you know, it's funny because I'm like such a big fan, and I'm on the, you know, have you ever seen did you watch iCarly?
Yeah.
Do you ever see the episode where like they have the fan on the show, and like it's like this crazy fan who like comes in, she's like touching everything, and like, oh my, you know, it's like that's this episode right now. Like I come in, I'm like taking photos of everything and smelling it and shit.
Dude, that's it always blows my mind of like how you come through, man.
Dude,
you really come through. I think of you more as a friend than like a fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, but I love coming to the shows, man. But you know who I just wait, were you playing with them? Creeping Charlie.
Yeah.
That's a new Minneapolis band who I'm super into. They're really cool, really cool.
Dude, yeah. Their latest single I listened through. They're a cool ass band.
Yeah. I don't know that I listened to the new song, but them live was bonkers.
Yeah,
I was just
dude.
like, yeah.
I played with them in Madison the night before, and then that Tuesday at Cactus Club. And
oh, sweet.
I've been following them online for a while too, and they're all pretty sweet.
First time I heard about them, and like I was just like, that's so cool.
Yeah,
so.
There's a lot of cool shit up in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
but it's just a matter of getting up there and playing more. For me personally, it's just kind of a drive. Yeah,
it's cool. When you were, or like now you're doing these big tours all over. You're doing the South one, I went out west, but like when we did the nostalgia music show, I think that was your first time leaving Milwaukee, right? Because I remember you announcing at the show, you're like, "This is the farthest we've ever gone."
I think so, dude. Yeah,
Waukesha.
I think you're right, man.
Yeah, dude. But it's cool, you know.
Totally.
Touring artists.
We wouldn't have played Chicago or anything.
Yeah, not by then. So, no, but yeah, that was a fun show. That was a fun night. I got the flu that night from that show.
Jesus, that was like a kind of a time when COVID was.
Yeah, it was
probably
like,
when we probably shouldn't have been going out.
Well, I think it was like everything had chilled out and it was kind of on the up again.
Yep.
And so
the Glamps had to back out because someone got
COVID in the Glamps. Yeah,
which I've been trying to play a show with them for a while, and then recently played with them at a house show. And
I came.
Oh yeah, you were there. Yeah, yep. So
yeah,
Glamps are dope.
Good time.
Buck is the fucking man,
dude. Buck's just
he's dope. I see a lot of myself in him, like it, and we were talking, dude. He's living in I don't know if this is like private information of where he lives, but he's on like the 9th floor of Sandburg South.
Yeah,
which literally was where I was when I was a freshman. 9th floor, and he lives in a suite like directly next to the one that I was living in. So it's like, whoa, that's a weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Coincidence, but
yeah.
And then who else was on that bill?
Oh shoot, Bunny Blues, right?
No, because that was. Oh shit, Geology Club.
I thought you were talking about the house show you just played with Buck.
Yeah,
no, but yeah, Geology Club was on that. Yeah. That was a fun show, man. But
long time ago, man.
Super long time ago.
And then pretty sure after that show, Jacob Slade got COVID because we had another show lined up. Yeah, I don't know, something.
Dude,
was
COVID was so weird. I was supposed to play a show with Bug Moment at the Madison Terrace.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I think you hit me up or someone hit me up.
Yeah, I probably did fill in. But because their drummer got COVID. And yeah, so weird because that was like before I was really in tune with the Milwaukee scene at all, too. So it was kind of like, I don't know. But
Terrace is a good gig.
Oh, yeah. It's a good gig. They always treat you well, give you some food.
Yeah, right.
The pay's pretty good. Food, you know, you're like, yeah, this is nice.
We were going to play the first one of 2022, opening for Prep. And that was a really awesome gig. And then it was raining, so it got moved to the Rathskeller.
Oh, gotcha.
Which we played the Rathskeller a good amount of times. So we were stoked. That was the first time playing the Rathskeller. But I don't know. I just remember we brought a lot of people. And never mind. I'm not gonna say. I was just gonna say that we got a good, like, the food was awesome, and we were just like trying to get some beers, and we had to pay like $10 for a pitcher. And I don't know. I'm just bitching.
Oh, bro, didn't want to pay.
No. It was like that, but it was like that.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Fucking UW Madison can't pay us. Can't give it. They have a bunch of money. I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, man.
But,
Damn, bro.
I'm just being a bitch.
Man, I'll give you $10 anytime.
I'm being a bitch. I'm being a bitch.
Nah, you're good. But yeah, it's a good gig. It's a good gig.
Yeah.
I like Madison. I lived in Madison. That was like where I first moved out to. Yeah.
Did you go to school out there or just live in?
But my sister went to school out there, and she ended up studying abroad, and so I was, I ended up living in her, I sublet her apartment from her.
Good deal.
And then I moved here in June of June of 2022 now.
Sure, right.
And so Yeah.
So that was kind of like early COVID days. You were living in Madison.
No, that was 2022. Like I moved,
Oh, okay.
I graduated a semester early from high school,
Okay.
and then I moved. So I'm 20 now. So
Gotcha. You're only 20, right?
yeah,
Dude, that's fucking
yeah.
wild.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
I'm feeling it though. I'm like, damn, man. Like, because I like it used to be like, oh, you're only 17, and now it's like,
Sure,
oh, you're only 20.
dude.
It's like, damn, when is the only gonna turn
Right.
into like, shit, bro, you're fucking 25
you're
already?
old, dude.
Yeah, no.
It comes up fast,
Yeah,
man.
I bet how you're
God
25,
damn,
26.
25,
Okay,
man.
okay, yeah.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, you've done a lot of stuff
Yeah,
for a
dude.
20.
It's been a blast, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
it's just been a really.
So,
really
how
good
long
time.
have you been doing music?
Well, like
I-
really, like since I was a kid, but
Yeah.
like my mom always said the whole he sang before he talked because I just like hummed Twinkle Twinkle once when I was like a baby, but like you know, but so that was you know, the origin. But my parents put me in piano lessons because my sister was in piano lessons. I was begging. I was like, can I please have piano lessons? I want to do it so bad. And as soon as I started taking them, I just was like, oh, why did I beg for this? This is so much work. Now I gotta
it's a lot
practice
of
every
work.
day. What the hell? But my parents were very like kept me on it,
Yeah.
which was really great. And then when I was 10, I started doing guitar, and that
Nice.
was like, that was really exciting. Like I wasn't ready for lessons when I was younger because I just couldn't really comprehend. But it was once I like really got passionate about the guitar, I was playing like hours and hours. And hours
Yeah.
days.
I feel like with a guitar, you get to a certain point where you get the calluses, you kind of get your muscle
Yep.
memory a little bit. You know some chords,
Yep.
and then it's like the progression speeds up a lot.
Yeah,
For
and then there was
sure.
this summer when I was 12, and I was like, my dad and I were just like, all right, well, you know, I want to start gigging, and my dad was like,
Oh,
all right, well
shit.
then learn 30 songs, and we'll shop you around. And I was like, all right,
Sure,
cool.
dude.
And so I learned 30 songs,
All
and
covers
all
or-
covers. And I
okay.
think there was like one original in there.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Which is funny. I skipped a part of the story, and I have a tattoo about it.
Yeah.
It's this tattoo. Maybe I should show the camera. No, it's a gorilla. But it's when I was 10, there was a business sale in 4th grade. And it was just like to teach you about, you know, profit and this and that. What a
Okay,
funny
yeah.
thing. In a capitalist society,
Yeah,
teach
right.
10-year-olds to sell
Right.
things, but you know, it's great. But anyways, everyone made like bookmarks and like stress balls and stuff, and I made a 10-song CD. I was
Oh,
like,
fuck yeah.
And
Sick.
and it was 7 songs were covers on there,
Okay.
and 3 songs were originals,
dude.
and the hit song was Best Friend Gorilla. So that tattoo.
Oh, hell
Best
yeah.
Friend
Hell
Gorilla.
yeah.
But
People dug it?
yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude. I had
Yeah.
a bunch of like
Hell
elementary
yeah.
schoolers turning up. Dog. I mean, like I sold 53.
Damn, dude.
And I was
That's
selling for $3 a piece, so it was like $159. And
fuck yeah, dude.
and they simulated taxes in 4th grade too.
Oh,
so I think I had to give $20-something to the
there you
teacher.
go. Yeah, the teacher's just pocketing their profits.
For real,
Gotta
man.
pay
I'm
the
like,
big
what
man.
the hell?
Get used to it, kid.
You get used
Dude, that's some
to
good
it.
exposure
No,
though,
yeah.
at a young age, you
Yeah.
know, getting them to the business side of it all.
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool.
Do you still have the CDs?
I don't know that I do, but I think my mom has one. And no,
Hold
another
on to
funny
that, man.
taxes story. I had a couple bucks, and I wanted to go get like a Yu-Gi-Oh card or something at Target.
Oh,
And
sure,
I got there
yeah.
and I had the exact change for what it said on the thing. And they were like, all right, it's this amount of money. I was like, no, it's not. It's that. I mean,
Right.
They told me there's tax. And my mom
the
tells this
fuck?
story all the time. And I just go, taxes? And I was so like, no, what are you talking about, man?
It's crippling your world,
for
everything
real.
you knew.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough realization for sure. I feel like everyone has to realize that at some point.
Yeah,
growing
no,
up.
for real. I mean, I don't know that they all scream
That's
it out,
tough.
but you know, they
Taxes.
at least mentally. No, it's like, damn, bro, that's way more
gonna
of my
be
paycheck than I
It's
thought.
gonna be a meme.
Yeah.
Just taxes.
Taxes. 10-year-old me.
The fuck?
No, but so I started playing, and dude, I had the cute factor so dialed in because I was 12 years old, and I played at my first gig was Waukesha Farmers Market.
Nice.
And I had that, and I had through this guy Greg Wansnyder, kind of a staple of Waukesha, Wisconsin. He was booking the Steaming Cup, and so I played there, and that was you got $25 and a sandwich of your choice.
Nice.
I think you get a sandwich or a drink. And so sometimes I would get a smoothie, but most of the time I got their pulled pork.
Nice.
And then
Hell yeah.
and then so that was the deal on that. And usually you could pull like, if you invite the right people to the show, you can get like an extra $20 in tips or something.
Put out a tip jar.
But at the farmers market, man, I remember I played my first time, and it was like very beginning of the year, and I had I think like 3 or 4 of them booked throughout. And I took those 30 songs and I went and played. And I think it was like my first one I made like $83.
Nice, dude.
And I was like, what the heck? My dad took me straight to the bank. You're not spending any of this.
Right.
And dude, the second time I made like $200 in tips.
Shit,
like all
dude.
ones, bro. Like, I mean, I looked
Damn.
like the bank teller was like, what's a
what
12-year-old
you
doing all these ones? But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, that was a blast, dude. I remember being like, so
dude.
like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was, and then throughout school.
Did you always have a good singing voice too when you were that age?
Yeah, I think that was like more the seller. The guitar couldn't have been that good, man.
Okay.
But I mean, it didn't really matter because I was so young. Like I never. Like in high school, I think I was a much better musician. I hope I was a much better musician than when I was 12. But
sure.
I think it was $30 every time in tips.
Yeah.
Like that was what it became after. So I wasn't so cute anymore. So I just wish I could look how I looked when I was 12.
Sure.
Maybe
Got a little ugly.
Yeah, got a
You
little
learned.
ugly.
You learned real quick.
Yeah, grew a really
Real
bad
weird.
mustache. Like.
Did you always have long hair too?
Oh no! I was always like pretty much this.
Okay.
And then
Dude, you had some
in high
long
school,
hair
that
when
was
I
my
first-
COVID project.
Yeah.
I grew it down to here. You can put a picture on here, whatever. But yeah, no, I grew it all the way down, and then I don't know. I think one day I just was like, yeah, I'd rather not look like this anymore. And so I think I walked into a Walgreens one too many times and got called ma'am, and I was just like, all right, I think I'll cut it now. But I don't know. It was actually no. You know what did it? I had to snake my drain, and when I snaked my drain, I was like, never doing this again. Nope, I'm cutting there. Hell no.
Especially when it gets in your mouth and you're eating food and stuff.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when you're snaking the drain.
Oh, no, dude.
It's in your mouth.
Nasty.
Yeah, no.
Did you see the movie Saltburn yet?
No.
Oh man, there's this one scene that people who have seen it would know, but it's about a drain, and it's fucking disgusting.
Oh,
It
dude.
made me think of that.
Yeah,
I watched it
I
last
think
night.
anything that has to do with drains is just
there's a
not
lot of
cool.
that. I don't know. I would always be the one snaking my drain at my college house, and it's kind of satisfying, but kind of fucking disgusting.
Dude,
Pouring the
yeah.
Drano down, and then
Yeah. No, not a great experience for me. So I was
But
like, yeah,
rega-
out of the hair.
regardless, man, that definitely makes a lot of sense that you started so young, and then kind of got an early start to everything.
Yeah, I mean it was a really great. That was a great way to build that foundation.
Yeah.
And so yeah, for the longest time I was just I was a
Shows for sure.
Yeah, a musician and a lawn boy. So
Lawn boy.
I
hustling,
mowed a bunch of lawns.
entrepreneur.
And I guess so, man. But it was
Paying your taxes. Fuck yeah. I could kind of say this a similar experience when I had a band in high school / like late middle school with my brother.
Good.
And we played a bunch of shows, and
Hell
like
yeah.
our big claim to fame was opening for the Plain White Tees when they came to our high school.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's fucking
awesome.
sick.
That's awesome.
So, and then the band broke up because everyone went to college, and I was like the young dude, so started doing like solo stuff. And
Gotcha.
kinda
Yeah, how'd you
chugging
come up
along.
with the Social Sig name? Like,
Well, Yeah, because I was like writing songs for. I always say too, like when I first started learning guitar, I was the same way with you. Like did piano first, and then when I was 10, I wanted to learn guitar because it was cooler.
Sweet.
And I saw the movie August Rush.
Oh yeah, dude,
that
great
was
movie,
fucking
great movie.
sick. And then my grandpa, my Lolo, and my mom's dad, he was a musician too, so he kind of taught me my first chords.
Yeah.
But fast forward, I mean, the first time I started playing guitar on my own, I tried writing songs. I just always loved songwriting and stuff. Yeah. And then, the band broke up. I was a sophomore in high school, just got in my angsty years and started writing and didn't show anybody a lot of songs. I had an awful talent show experience.
Oh, no.
I was going to do the song on guitar. I was going to do Beneath Your Beautiful by Labyrinth.
Okay.
See beneath your beautiful. Yeah, that song's a fucking ripper. But then I broke my finger in football, so I couldn't play guitar. So I was like, I'm gonna do a song on piano. And I hadn't done piano in years. I was like, okay. I tried to learn a song in a week to change my song, and I did "Look After You" by The Fray.
Okay.
Super tough song on piano if you don't play piano that much.
I don't know that I've heard it.
It's if I don't say this now, I will show.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's such a good song. Yeah. Anyways, so did that song. I completely like froze up, like fucked up, like hated performing and just like felt shamed. But like everyone was like, it wasn't that bad. And in my head, I was like, I fucking like. So I went to like straight hermit mode and started like only playing songs to myself and writing and like not even showing like my parents or anybody. And then slowly over the years, especially in college, started showing people my music, and people were like, oh, these songs are like pretty good. And just after affirmation after affirmation, just started building back up. So.
Yeah, man. I just always, I'm really in awe of like how you do the live versions and make them so fun. You know what I mean? It's just like, man. I that's like, I don't know. There's something I want to do moving forward is like I want to add another guitar because like I feel like adding that just a little more like thickness to the to that.
You've always done the 3-piece
because I've always been a 3-piece guy. Yeah. And I think a lot of that is because my dad always taught me like be a solo artist because my dad was like always like. You know, be the guy who's gigging all over, and because that was such a big part of like my childhood, and like but he and so just the more people you have to pay, you know, it's you know, so even though you might get a better sound, you know, but then as I got older, I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely not doing music for money right now. So I'm just kind of like, I want another piece. I want to make it sound better. Mm-hmm. And then, man, I love how you guys like switch up the rhythms and have these dance breaks. It's just so great, man. It's like
kind of have that like Rasta reggae. I don't know what to call it. Ska. People call it ska.
Yeah, man. Dude, oh my God! Imagine if you had a horn player. That'd be so.
Dude, I would love to do like a horn thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just at some point you could invite someone on, bro.
Totally. Sick, Well, to your point too, like doing the kind of solo and kind of having your brand around you can always be flexible with how you want to do a band.
You get to do it however you want.
You could do a solo set, or you could do like a very unique, like stripped down set with a horn player or violin, like whatever you want to do, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
It's sweet too, because like you can have like people in different places who know your songs. Like, you know, even when I'm in LA, I'll have like my band back here. It's like I'll just meet up with them like a couple days before, and But I told them that for the first show, that
Eli told me.
For the first show, I'm gonna fly them out, and we're gonna rock out in LA.
Fuck yeah!
Just for the culture, you know.
For sure, for sure, that'll feel good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But Eli's pretty stoked that you got him a job too.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a good thing. Yeah. So Eli, he's the man.
Dude, he's a fucking man.
So cool too, because he's just like, he and I were having such a good conversation about like how people and things come into your life like always at the perfect time. It's like it's like whether you're spiritual or not, it's like just kind of things seem to work in your favor when you're looking for them.
When you're open to it.
Yeah, they kind of just flow your way. And yeah, I mean, he's just always been very present with me and very excited about what I've been doing, and I like really appreciated that. And he came to that. He said like the night that he came to my show at Anodyne, he like was like not feeling it and like was kind of sad and didn't even feel like coming out, and like for some reason he ended up coming out. Yeah. And at that point, I was playing with Cleo, who's awesome. Yep. Occasionally she'll play with us now and then, but she ended up wanting to like explore other projects instead. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, and then Eli, who plays bass with Bug Moment, who I had seen recently play, I was like, yo, do you want to play bass for me? He's like, yeah, dude, let's do it. So like, you know, it's just cool. Like, and you know, he could have just said no that one time, or like not gone out that one time, and it would have changed the course. Like, it's so interesting. Like, and so many things would be different. And he talks about too with just kind of having that experience with Bug Moment too, where it's like, oh, he's gonna fill in, and then he becomes like a full member.
Because I was playing bass
all from
for them,
picking up a camera.
Yeah, dude, because he was I knew him as just doing photos in the scene, and then like who knew he plays bass? Like, what? Man. He fucking rips too. Yeah. So Eli's the fucking best, and he's always going to other people's shows and stuff and making the time, and just a very thoughtful dude. Yeah, no, I can't say good enough things about Eli. I hope you're watching this, Eli. I fucking love you, man. Fucking man.
But yeah, no, we hung out like recently, and it was really cool. We just I was like, my friend Tommy, who you know, because we came here for the first time I had ever been here was with him, and he gives me always like, he's like my producer right now for the record that I'm working on. It's called Rooney Tunes. Yep. We'll talk more about that too with the road trip and recording.
Yeah, I want to ask about that. Yeah.
But he always like gives me the push that I need. Like sometimes I'll just be feeling lazy recording, and he always gives me like the push that I need to like just flesh out the idea, man. Like, you've got some idea, like, let's make it. Right. And a lot of times I'll be like, oh, like, or like I'll get stuck on a riff and I don't want to do it anymore or whatever. But he always pushes me to do it. And I had Eli over and we were just like recording a little bit, and it was cool because like for the first time ever, I took the engineer role / like producer role. Okay. And I was able to push him to record this one thing he was working on. Sick. Like, this is really sweet. Yeah. Sick. Like that felt really good for me because I was like, oh, so this must be what that feels like when you can help someone creatively express like what they wanted to express, but they were almost gonna give up on. Right. And then you get the idea and you're like, wow, this is so sweet. Right. Like, I just love music that way, and I love collaboration that way because like so many things I wouldn't have right now without like the help from Tommy to just be like, yo, let's try this out, or like, it's just so sweet. I love working with the producers.
Yeah, Tommy's a fucking wizard, man.
Oh, his Tommy's great. I mean, and his setup is so crazy too. It's just like such a special place to be.
Yep. I went there one time. I feel like going down to Chicago, I'm always just so fucking like in and out usually. Yeah. So he's always hitting me up like, yo, pop out of the studio. And I did one time, which is really cool, but I'm always just so busy. So sorry, Tommy. I know he's been reaching out a lot, but it's all love, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, also like it's really important to note like distance is so much. Like distance can really, really separate you. Like no matter really how much you care about a person, it's like if you're like an hour and a half is a lot because it makes it kind of difficult to do day trips. Yeah, and it's like if you're 5 minutes away from somebody, like it's so easy. It's just like, oh yeah, it's seamless. You know, pop out and you can go over for an hour to someone's house if they live 5 minutes away. Yeah, but once you have that real distance in there, and it's like one of my best friends growing up, he makes music too. He's like, his name's K.XXI.
Oh yeah. So what's his name?
Danny.
Danny. Okay, I think I met him at that Wheelhouse show, that outside show.
Oh yeah.
That like
Yes,
outside house show.
Yeah, the second show we played together. Yeah, in the rain.
Yeah, in the fucking
that
pouring
shit,
rain.
dude.
Yeah, fucking A.
Man, yeah, but that was a fun time.
Yeah,
though.
met him there, man.
I mean, with me, Diet Light, you. Is there one more? Like,
I think we and then Betsy at the time.
oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was a fucking.
I feel
fun
like
time.
our set, like at the end of Diet Light set, is when it started raining, and then it just started pouring during our set. I was like, oh, this is fucking great.
Yeah, no, but it was a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah,
for sure.
But no, yeah, he was there. He was there, and
he's like a big artist. His stuff blew
yeah.
up, which is really
dude,
really
it's
fucking
sweet.
cool.
It's really cool. We lived like 10 houses apart as a kid.
Okay.
And so we were like best friends, but that's kind of an example of like, man, like he and I in high school, like every single day we were at each other's house. But it's like, man, he moved to Chicago.
Yeah.
He goes to school down there. And so it's like, damn, like you really realize how much distance has an impact on like
Totally.
on just like hanging out in person. It's like, but it's always good too, because like if you have that closeness with someone, you get to like every time it's just like you pick up right where you left
Oh
off.
yeah,
You know
man,
what I mean?
Totally.
And it doesn't feel awkward. It doesn't feel like, oh, we're not friends because we haven't talked in a little bit. It's like, oh, you're here.
That's
Dope.
how, yeah.
You know?
That's how it should be. I've been so fortunate. That's like 99% of my relationships.
Yeah.
Whereas some people, like, for whatever reason, kind of hold some resentment to other people that if you like go different directions. And it's like, I think the resentment comes from maybe that person not fully being fulfilled with their life, or just kind of chasing what they really want to do.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of it is like when you get caught up in the past and like you had one like era of time that felt really good, and like maybe that's where you were centered and you were like really enjoying whatever it was that you were doing. It's like a lot of times you just got to reintroduce those past perspectives. Like, what were you thinking at the time? What was like, and a lot of times it's like your dreams weren't crushed yet and you hadn't fully like come into like kind of the rat race of life, you know,
reality.
And so I don't know, I think it's just you got to always keep that childlike mindset.
For sure.
And you always have to be just so present with what you're doing. And I think it's just like you have to accept always too that like the moment that you have is now, and like that the past no longer is here.
Yeah, and it feels way better to just be happy for somebody than to be
of course. Yeah.
Oh, you're doing all this stuff without me and you forgot about me. It's like, nah, it's not like that.
Sometimes like the red pill stuff kind of comes up on my feed on Instagram.
I never really fully understand that. I know it's the Matrix. Which one is which? The red pill, blue pill?
I don't know.
But,
I just know I've heard people describe it as red pill.
Okay, yeah,
like the motivational podcasts, like the guys who are like, I get a tan and I ice bath and I'm a millionaire. That's how you can do it too.
Yeah, no podcast.
No, for real. They have podcasts. They just listen to, all you have to do to make money is listen to podcasts in an ice bath with a nice spray tan and you're good.
Exactly.
But no, I a lot of them will say shoot, what were you?
Red pill.
Well, that like everyone wants you to do well, but they don't want you to do better than them. And I was like, yeah, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. As like because I mean it's just where your ego gets hurt, you know, is like and so I mean it's a constant battle of just like you know, you want yourself to do well because you have these dreams to chase, but you just have to always be conscientious not to rub it in other people's face. You know what I mean? Because you doing well should make your people feel good, but like if you're expressing that doing well in like materialistic ways, like those only will make other people feel bad. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta always like practice humility.
Yeah,
and
especially
be authentic with people.
It's tough to figure that out in an online version too, because it's like you could talk face to face with somebody, and it's usually you can hash that out like human to human. But then it's like when you portray like, yes, you want to be like you want to promote your successes and like you should be confident in your successes.
Yeah, you should appreciate every success too.
But then also finding the space to be humble and to be appreciative and really take it in and not rub it into as like a bragging thing.
Yeah, I think it's just like it's just never has like your success really never has anything to do with anyone else. You know what I mean? It's like not to say that other people can't contribute to your success. I'm just saying like it's a thing that you get for you. You know what I mean? You're not, and if you're chasing success for like trying to like show other people or like show the people who doubted you that you can do it, it's like that'll never feel good anyways. It's all a product of ego. So it's like
that's a weird thing to chase of the just the it's like I told you I could. You said I couldn't do it. I'm gonna do it. That's interesting. I think that drives some people.
Oh, a lot of people.
A lot.
Yeah, and I don't know, but I think it's just kind of like you get to. I don't know. I don't think that. I think that means that you're not really truly fulfilled by what you're doing if you're trying to prove it to other people. I think it should be like that. Damn, like this is the thing that I always dreamed of, and it's finally here.
Right.
That's really cool.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Enjoying the journey and.
Yeah, always the journey. I mean, otherwise, what's it all for?
Right. Yeah, I mean, even our culture is just kind of messed up that way because we see a lot of like in certain scenes where it's just like flaunting the money and the drugs and the. Yeah. I can't believe that that's still kind of a thing though. It's like I feel like with social media, like it exposes a lot, and you're exposed to a lot of different things. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to believe that people still. Kind of buy into that. Yeah, it's like how at this point, but who knows? You know, it's like these new generations
still buy into like what, like
the idea, money, and drink, like going to clubs. Dude, and like it's.
I don't get it, crazy. Man. I don't get it. I
kind of gets boring.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's like you know, you're to the point where. Your brain's basically all the way there on like being fully developed, you know, 25. It's
right.
It's a lot of those things.
That's
like
true.
Most of the people who think that stuff's cool is like, you know, my age or younger. It's like that is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what's just like drugs are just so not cool. Drugs are so not cool. And I think, I just like the fact that there's like any popularity and glamorization of drugs. Like, really breaks my heart because it's just like can't have especially kids being influenced in that way.
Yeah,
it's just like as you get older, especially if you don't see it happen right in front of you or it doesn't happen to you, like you may never realize the severity of like especially just like hard drug use around you. And it's like you got to make sure that you keep that out of your head as a possibility for your life because it just shouldn't.
Right.
Be, you know.
It's and it's tough to even kind of picture like growing up. I remember there's a lot of in my school just like a lot of like what is it like assemblies and kind of public service announcements of that like West Bend where I'm from has a huge heroin problem. Yeah. It's like growing up I never really saw it, but like it's there and like it's
I think you just don't ever really realize how close like you are as just a normal person to being like the next person on TV as a you know, just a face of addiction, you know what I mean? And it's like that's
scary,
super scary. But I don't know. It's so anyways, culture. Yeah, culture our culture should not glamorize that shit. That's just not cool. I guess drugs are not cool.
I wanted to ask, but your road trip, man. Dude, how was that?
Yeah.
So that was
so awesome.
When did you go? And when did you get back? And where did you all go? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
So I went. The original thing was we me and my roommates rented a camper van.
Yep.
And we went out to the Badlands and to Custer, and we just hung out there, and we climbed rocks and we hiked and
Did you know anybody out there originally? You just
no, but
going on a whim.
But we kept like having these really small world experiences of like
running
into someone who knows one of my roommates' mom and like or like totally. You see the people wearing the Wisconsin swag and you see But then we like pulled up next to this one couple who they live in a VW bus, and they're called Pack the Bus on Instagram. Check them out.
Cool.
Hunter and Hannah. And
I probably stumbled across their Instagram.
Yeah, they make all that like really aesthetic like travel content. They're like probably the most popular one who does it in a VW bus of that van.
So you just ran into them?
Yeah, so nice. They happened to be right next to me, and I was like, oh shit, let me just go up and talk to them. Went and chatted it up, and I invited them over to our fire, and we hung out that night. And they liked us so much that they stayed for like 2 more days. It was really sweet. Sick. So we were just hanging out with them. They ended up shooting me some content.
Sick, dude.
And we just like it was so great. I mean, like it was like one of those things where it's like every 30 minutes you kind of just pop over to each other and be like, yo, dude, like I was just thinking about this. Yeah. I want to share that, you know?
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was...
So Badlands and then...
Badlands. Okay, and then I swung back.
That's South Dakota?
Yeah.
Badlands?
Yeah,
okay.
South Dakota. And we did... The highest point in South Dakota is called Black Elk Peak, and that was at Custer. And we did a hike there. And I think it was just like 7 miles total. And it was so sweet. That's super good time. Really hard though. At first I was struggling.
Was it like very like lots of like kind of climbing stuff?
No, not like climbing like that, but like just like really high steps. A lot. Yeah.
Okay.
So but I did that, and then that was with Mike and Mitch, my roommates, and then
were you guys all able to sleep in the van?
Yeah,
nice.
Sweet. Yeah, nice. I mean, so we didn't have to set up any tents or anything. They brought their bikes too.
Nice.
And so they're big cyclists. They're doing in Italy. They're like a cross country Italy bike trip for like a month and a half in April too.
That sounds insane.
They're crazy about it. They did like a bike from Milwaukee to Madison. They love to bike, and so they were able to do a little bit of that.
That's cool.
In the Badlands at Custer, and then we ended up coming back, and so that so then after that I just hopped in my car and I went to St. Louis.
Okay.
And that was like the same day. Or actually, no, I slept in my bed for one night.
You came back, got your car, and then...
Yeah. And so they returned the van, and, and then I was in my car for the rest of it. And so I was, I went to... What?
What kind of car?
It was Chevy Malibu.
Malibu?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So look that up.
Yeah, it's a red... Oh, yeah, you got to put it on screen. Make it drive around the car.
I'm not good with, like, if I hear, like, a car... brand, I can't like pull it up in my head unless I look it up. Chevy Malibu, is that 4-door?
Yep.
Shoot, I don't know why am I.
It's like a sedan. It's a maroon sedan. It looks like a grandma mom car. So anyways, but yeah.
You can keep talking. So you got in your van and
so got in the car, went to St. Louis, visited my friend Sean Gertie.
Cool.
And he and I made that. Yeah.
Chevy Malibu?
2015. So she's 2015. There you go.
Beautiful.
You see a maroon one? That's the car.
Burgundy?
Burgundy, baby.
There we go.
Sweet deal. Yep.
This is you.
So that's me. Just trekking along. And
so why St. Louis?
St. Louis is where Sean lives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so, we like made some music. He works at a studio, so I was able to get some time there and hang out with him. And so, hung out for a night. Then I was going down to Houston and visit some friends down there.
That must have been a long drive.
Yeah, that was 12 hours. And
fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, St. Louis to Houston?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. And and then from Houston I went to Odessa, which is middle of nowhere, Texas, and I think that was like the most beautiful drive I've ever done.
Wow.
Because I had never been like to the desert really.
Yeah.
Through my whole life. I mean, I think I did Badlands as a kid, but like it was I don't know. But Odessa, Texas is kind of like middle of nowhere.
What brought you out there? Just
it was a spot to
spot
stop. Yeah, I found a like $60 room Airbnb.
Nice.
And crashed there. This is what it looks
desert,
like. Just kind of nothing.
Yeah.
And so I went there, and then I went to Goodyear, Arizona. Had some family there to stay with.
Interesting. Okay.
And then next day I went to LA.
Nice.
And so and that was on my birthday.
Cool.
So I got there, and man, that was so then I was in LA for a month.
Nice.
And that was a good time. We were just I was able to like make a lot of music.
Staying with some friends.
No, I got a tiny cabin house.
Oh,
Airbnb.
dude. Fucking hey.
Yeah, and it was like lofted bed like that, but except the living space was just the size of your kitchen. So
oh my god.
Yeah, it was tiny, but it was awesome.
So did it have a kitchen, or was it like
like a mini something, you know what I mean? Like everything was small.
Okay.
It was cool.
Was it like a cabin, or was it in like another like at a building?
It was
where
a guest house.
Multiple. Oh, okay.
It was a guest house.
Sick.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
but it had its own little yard and deck, and
sweet.
I ended up filming like an acoustic version of one of the songs on the album.
Yeah.
So that it was out there.
I saw you filmed really cool. Like a lot of cool shit.
It was so
trip,
cool.
Man.
I had like this whole crew come out and go and do this video for a song called "Take Me With You."
Okay.
And I had this crazy small world connection where the place I had stayed in July with my friend Jack. He drummed. Oh no, I don't think you were at that show, but he drummed for me. Actually, he drummed.
I met Jack.
Yep, at Nostalgia, and then he drummed at
the Wheel show too. If I'm not mistaken, I think
yes,
it was.
Yep. Yeah, and then he drummed at my Collectivo show like this time last year, and so. But he lives in LA, so I was flying him out, and I didn't have a drummer here yet, and so it was just But he's a great drummer.
Yeah,
so,
he's got like a really cool hip hop kind of background, right?
Yeah,
like,
super cool. We were in jazz
really
band together in high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So
nice.
I stayed with him, and he ended up moving out of the house that he was staying at in Burbank, and this girl, Bree, she moved into his room in that house, and I had never met her before, but I met her in LA because my friend Nevi, we were in the studio. She slid up on his story, and she was like, "Oh, I want to shoot you in the studio sometime," because she's a photographer.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, well, I'm there right now. You want to come through?" And so, like, this crazy coincidence
that she moved into his old apartment.
Yes,
what the
just like
fuck,
I know,
dude?
right? Just like super
Jesus
weird.
Christ.
I kept having all these things,
Yeah.
man. I'm thinking this,
Yeah,
like
dude, the
you know,
synchronicities,
yeah,
man.
I'm in my flow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I mean he. So, anyways, she ended up coming over and scouting the place out, and she works as a PA. On music videos and
Cool.
film stuff in LA.
Cool.
And so she did video for my song, and it was really cool. Got to have like a really professional camera and all this stuff. And
I feel like you had a multiple different because you would play covers of your original like songs coming out. You had some really clean footage, I think, like just multiple different places too.
Oh yeah, I bought a camera before I went on the trip. Yeah,
what kind of camera was that?
A Sony A7 II.
Okay, nice.
And I wish I got the A7 III because the A7 III, I mean, it's a totally different price ballpark, so I'm happy with what I got. But the autofocus on the one camera that I have is so bad, and so I have to like manually set it and then like go check, and as I'm running back and forth, all this stuff.
Right.
But I've got and there will be more of that content coming up so we got 10 songs and
I like how you've been doing songs that aren't released yet too.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice, like little teasers.
Yeah, especially on Instagram. On TikTok, I'm kind of like basically all stuff that's released because I feel like that's kind of the way.
Are you still doing like TikTok pretty often?
I didn't until like 2 weeks ago, and now I've been back on it. It's been pretty good. Like seeing some success. But yeah, that's funny. I wanted to talk about that earlier, and we got.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like jumping around.
No, I just kind of wanted to talk about like that progression of like how I had gone from this cover musician
right
to putting out original stuff. And
so you kind of blew up on
TikTok in 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was like the one? Was it like one clip, or did you?
Yeah, there were like a few videos, but there was like one really big video, and it was just like a promo video, like skit, and I had and it got like 6 million views.
Fucking A, dude.
It it was me and my friend Sean's song, Sunset Wife, and that one. Yeah, so it ended up getting like 5 million streams, and
you're like 16.
I was 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And yeah.
What was your first reaction?
Cool.
Just like what is happening?
I was not surprised, actually. I mean, I had this journal that every day I would write down like 25 times. I'm so grateful for my 100,000 monthly listeners in January of 2021.
Fucking A, dude.
And that's still so ingrained in my head, but I really wanted 100,000 monthly listeners. And so all I thought about all day was having 100,000 monthly listeners in January. So it was second nature to me that was gonna happen. I knew that I was gonna have 100,000 monthly listeners.
You're hacking it, man. You're hacking it.
It was just about like, how's this gonna come to fruition? Because I know that in January of 2021, I'm gonna have 100,000 monthly listeners. I just don't know how it's gonna be there yet. And so like I remember, and so on December 8th of 2020, I got 100,000 monthly listeners.
Fucking
yeah. So it was like,
wow.
Yeah. I mean,
was it like higher than 100,000, or was it like right on?
No, it was higher. It was higher. I think it got up to like 195.
Wow,
but
dude.
it was
shit.
Yeah, it was a man. I had like watched The Secret and read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's like this like self-help book. I was just all in this self-help stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get into it now, like a little bit with some Eckhart Tolle. Tommy put me on to Eckhart Tolle.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, COVID was like, man, that was just like, I decided that that's what I was going to do, and I committed to it, and I ended up getting signed, and that was kind of a huge, like, it wasn't their fault. It was just my perspective. But like, once I got signed, I was like, oh, okay, like they're going to take care of marketing my stuff.
Right.
It just took me out of my flow. And it probably a combination of that and just the fact that I burned out. I think I give the getting signed too much credit, and I think that a lot of it was just that I was tired of making TikToks every day, multiple times.
Were you doing a lot of covers or a lot of original
I was just
music?
doing a lot of promo videos, and I think it just felt pretty disingenuous.
Yeah.
So like now I try and mix it up. I do some like promo stuff, and then I do like, I'll play some covers, I'll play some originals. I played a Maroon 5 song like last week, and they reposted it. I was like,
they reposted it? What
dude,
the
it
fuck,
was so
dude?
sick.
Jesus Christ,
yeah, like 2 weeks
man.
ago. I was like, what the hell,
God
man?
damn.
That was a good day, man. I think I had like a TikTok that got like a few thousand views.
Yeah.
It was a good day, man.
Fuck yeah. I feel like I'm in like TikTok purgatory, like 200 to 300 a day. I'm trying to grind. I'm trying to grind it.
Yeah, I know. Dude, there's no code to crack. I mean, it's just consistency and trying like new things, but also like not trying the old things too little, because it might hit on the 17th time you do it. And, that's just, it's just hard, dude.
Trying to find an angle too that like isn't too, I don't know. Like I know like the repetition stuff does pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's tough, man. It's like
so
you
tough.
want to stay true. But what I realize is that I think I stopped doing it because I felt corny. Yeah. And I think that if you're afraid of feeling corny, you are like it's just like you're gonna be less likely to have some success. But I mean, there also are the people who have never been corny ever, who do incredible things. I mean, like, you ever think Bon Iver was corny? No, that guy was like, he's always just been like as true as it comes, and he's humongous, man. So it's like, but I don't know. I think that it's just like, in order to appeal to a lot of people, you kind of gotta.
It's free marketing.
Yeah, but true. So, but I don't know. The something else that I got reminded of that I just wanted to touch on was like, because we were talking about the cover gigs.
Yeah.
I was playing so many cover gigs. I did like hundreds of shows as just like a cover musician playing Chicken Fried and stuff.
Yep.
And one thing I noticed was like I had to relearn how to play live because I was so used to being background noise. And that's something that like when I look at you, I'm like, oh, you really like command the stage. And so I've always looked to you as like, who do I try and derive some stage presence from?
Sure.
And I look at you, I'm like, okay, I want to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, man, like you have to learn how to be a performer, not just a musician.
Yeah.
And that's such a difficult thing to navigate.
Totally.
But yeah, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, thanks for the compliment,
Dude, well,
man.
you're fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm like the iCarly.
Yeah, I think going back to like getting the reps in of having the band in high school, and I think think back at those days, I was shitting my pants on stage every fucking show, and then it's just the repetition of it all, and then
seems like that's it, right? I mean, with anything, it's just like everyone's always asking, like, oh, how did you do this? And it's like, I just did it a lot. Like, you know what I mean? It's like everyone wants to learn how to do something. It's like, I don't know how many times you did this as a kid, but like, as a kid, I was always looking on YouTube how to get six-pack in 5 minutes.
Right.
And then you don't get it in 5 minutes,
don't
dude.
do it.
Like,
you got to buy the whole 30-day course.
And then you got to do that 30 days for like a long time, dude.
Exactly.
It's like everything is. It's like, do you want to be able to jam? Or do you just kind of like the idea of being able to jam and you would rather hang out and do things you actually like doing, not running scales and modes all day? Right. You know what I mean?
Shanti Fitness, dude. That six-pack. I bought when I was in like 7th or 8th grade. I bought his like.
No, you did.
Yeah, dude. It was like oh man, it's like one of those P90X kind of things. I would do it every day for a month.
Oh, did you do it though?
I did, yeah. And I wanted that six-pack.
Dude, hell yeah, man. Did you get the six-pack?
I mean, I was always skinny, so I feel like I've always kind of had. I've always had like bony six-packs.
I feel it. Oh, hey,
nothing
man.
too. Crazy.
One day, man.
I always wanted the big arms.
I don't know. Should we like get down right now and see if we can get in 5 minutes?
Oh, dude. Last night, Sheila told me I should try to do 5 push-ups, and I was like, I got 6 in me.
Dude.
I could have probably done more, but I was like, after 6, I could barely do 6.
Damn, dude. Come on.
Yeah, but you work out.
Yeah. That's like huge part of my life right now. But
guys, I just went on a run this morning with
stuff.
Crap. Look at him over there, dude. He's so cute. He's just snoozing, dude. He's snoozing.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Do you ever do the? I feel like you would definitely hop on a skateboard and
yeah. I've been doing it.
I feel like that's
when it was
that's
dry
like,
outside.
You are the poster child,
dude.
of that.
It's fucking fun too. That was a big part of like. Once I knew I could do that with him, I was like, okay, we're adopting this guy.
Dude. Yeah.
Or he's gonna learn.
Yeah. So he must be some sort of pit bull mix, right?
Yeah. We got to get a DNA test on him, but like he's definitely a mix of. I don't know. I see some lab in his face, some beagle, maybe basset hound, but also pit bull. I could see too with his chest. And yeah, he's just a mutt.
Yeah, a mutt.
Would you ever get a dog?
Dude, I want one so bad.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like just tough with my lifestyle right now. But yeah, I mean, dude, they're such great sources of joy.
Yeah.
I grew up with beagles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, I was like my family, like we were kind of known as the people who take their dogs on like a lot of walks. It's like 5 times a day those dogs went out.
Sure.
And yeah, I don't know. It was so great too during COVID when I was remote because like they would get a lot of walks right all the way throughout the day, and we lived where like there were woods behind our house, which was just so great. Like, I mean, just I mean, they get you outside, they get you seeing people, they get you, you know. And it's man, it's just like I love dogs so much, but I'm allergic to dogs.
Really?
But not as bad. Like I'm really, really allergic to cats.
Okay.
Like
I'm pretty allergic. Not really, but I'm allergic.
Oh my god.
What happens to you?
Dude, I mean my whole face gets all puffy and like my eyes get all like
shit.
Really, it's just so not good, man.
Sucks.
I hate it. And if I take allergy medicine around dogs, like I'll be completely fine. Like,
Okay, yeah.
even if I'm like, just like wash my hands so I don't actually accidentally.
Do you
touch
feel
my eyes
okay
or my
right
nose.
now?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay,
feel
okay,
totally fine.
Okay.
But with cats, dude, it don't even work. It's just I'm just fucked. So like,
sucks. Dude, cats are awesome,
dude,
too,
they are. They're so cool, man. And I just wish I could love them.
Yeah,
but-
same, dude. I've kind of trained myself once I started getting more allergic.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the cat for me, but like once I'm in a household that has like a cat I'm allergic to, I can feel it flaring up, like my throat just getting a little tight and just like kind of congested and stuff. But I can get by. I'm not like puffing up.
Yeah, no, I just, man, it's just a really uncomfortable experience.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
But, and you know what I just found out too is it still happens with like my friend in LA has a hairless cat. And it still happens with those, man.
really?
Like I totally thought it was
Interesting.
no, but I guess it's just dandruff and they all got it. So
Sure. Yeah, those hairless cats are wild.
dude, there's some weird
Yeah,
creatures, but they're cool. They're cool.
I can't say I've ever met one, honestly. I've just seen pictures.
Yeah, dude.
It's pretty interesting.
There's some interesting looking things, man.
There's like a hairless dog that I just
Really?
I saw. There's one at the River West Dog Park sometimes, but it's like this. I forget what it's called. It's like some kind of Spanish dog.
Yeah.
They call him like the devil dog or some shit
yeah.
like that. They're really hairless dog basically.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
But even with getting this guy, I've always there was the idea because I want to be on the road a lot this next for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So but it works out because Sheila can watch him and they got family and stuff.
Or you can bring him with.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's like best case scenario.
like,
So I'll be with him like I was saying in LA.
Yeah, man.
We gotta set something up though.
Dude.
I'm stoked.
Hell yeah.
I have some people. There's literally yesterday some chick was like, "Yo, come to LA," and I was like, "I'm trying to set something up on June 7th, I think it was."
Yeah.
So
Dude, well,
get a good crowd.
whenever
out there.
you're out there, man, like just hit me up because dude, I'm so stoked to be there, but like I'm sad to leave Milwaukee. Like every day that it gets closer, I'm like, oh, dude, like,
sure.
I love this place. Like I really do. I also love how slow it is here.
Yeah, definitely. Are you on the east side right now?
I'm on the dude. I didn't realize I was close. I'm like a few blocks away. Like
what?
Yeah, I mean not like few blocks. Like I'm like 3 minutes away.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dude, everything is so close here.
Yeah, I know, which
like-
works out because I got a flat tire like 2 days ago.
Oh, shit.
And I'm on a donut right now, and I haven't gone to the tire shop yet. So
Got you.
so this was a perfect distance for that driving that car.
Yeah. Milwaukee is a perfect size just for like you can get anywhere in under 15 minutes.
Dude,
It's
for
insane,
real,
dude.
dude.
It's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And the traffic's not bad.
No.
You can bike everywhere in the summer. But that's exciting though. I've only been to LA once.
you've
Where
been?
where in LA are you?
I'm gonna be in the
gonna
valley,
be-
somewhere in the valley.
Okay.
Probably like Sherman Oaks or NoHo.
Okay. So my geography of LA isn't like let's pull it up. Where you know Black Bear? Like
Look up NoHo.
NoHo.
Yeah.
NoHo.
Yeah. And then just look up LA. Yeah. North Hollywood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's do maps. Okay, so I always hear about like West Hollywood. Is
Yeah,
that kinda
West
like
Hollywood is
the-
where like all like the party stuff is. So like
Okay.
but yeah, I mean so you got
Okay, yeah, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills.
yeah, and then North Hollywood's all the way up here. And this is kind of like
Burbank,
a lot of
okay.
people who are artists. It's cheaper up here. West Hollywood's like really expensive.
Okay, and this is the valley. Like this is a big ridge.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
This is a big
and
ridge.
so it's all like but yeah, I don't know. I also like it up here. There's not much traffic up there. You never really have any reason to go downtown LA. Like you don't like unless you're working in the city, like I don't really see a reason where I'd need to be down there. And
Yeah.
so
but up here is like a lot of art and
yeah, like a lot of people are doing like who are musicians because basically it's cheap and like
okay, so this is probably the mountain ridge or
Yeah.
like a ridge.
Yep.
Or I don't know what to call it, mountain hill.
yeah, when I was in Burbank, maybe it was just this that I was running on, but I was running when I went in July, and I was like, yeah, probably up here. But I was running through the mountains and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Not really through the mountain, but through all the houses.
Mountain boy. So this would be the airport you'd fly
Yeah,
into?
probably Burbank. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's more expensive to Burbank, so like I don't know. But then if you need to get an Uber from LAX, it's like $100 anyways. So it's like it's crazy, dude. It's actually nuts how much stuff costs out there.
It blows my mind that there's like people that I always think of LA as just being so industry. Like if you're out there, you're probably in film or musician or makeup or whatever it is.
It's weird. There's a lot of normal people.
But I feel like I feel like there's a lot, like a big market of regular people. Like
dude. Like you think that like every car you're gonna see is a Lamborghini, and then you realize like, oh no, like they're like normal ass people here, like who grew up here and stuff. Yeah, which is crazy though, because like man, if you're not like doing something that's making crazy money. I mean, granted, like minimum wage out there is better than it is here, but like it's so hard to like pay for stuff out there.
Sure.
It's like, it's a lot of money, man.
So Huntington Beach is down there, and then San Diego is just Oh, that's pretty far away actually.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, San Diego's not very close, but and then so next after LA in October, I went up to Joshua Tree area. Okay. Which if you put it in there, you'll find it.
I've heard of it all the time.
That was the first
Joshua
Tree stop. I guess it was more east than it was north, huh? But
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So, anyways,
so we went up.
Just nothing is there, which is awesome. There's like a national park, but Tommy had a family friend who had a place out there, and she happened to have a like full recording studio and stuff, and so we were able to record a bunch of the stuff for the album out there.
Dope.
And then just like hike around and see the most beautiful sunsets ever.
Yeah.
Like whatever we wanted. We got to stay in this trailer, which man, I didn't realize how cold the desert gets at night.
Oh, sure. I bet, dude. Like, how cold?
Yeah. So it
was
dude, I don't know.
Negatives or it's probably a different kind of cold.
I don't know.
Imagine. I don't think
I have no clue on to be honest, but like man, it was like we were staying in an unheated trailer. Yeah. And it was like it woke me up. It was so cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean just wild out there. But I mean it was so sweet. We got to just hang out there for like 5 days, and then and then that kind of started the trek back.
Yeah.
Which was just it was so special, man.
Fuck
like
yeah,
I mean
dude.
Something that I wrote about in like an Instagram caption, but like I never realized how much I needed to go be alone for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like just to like be like with myself and with nature, and like it was like I think that was my favorite part of the entire trip was just being fully alone. Man.
Yeah.
So, like and just with my thoughts, you know.
Totally.
It's cool.
Totally.
Really cool.
Definitely, I think that kind of like almost soul searching, you know, and just like really digging deep and having those conversations with yourself, and just especially being in nature.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so special.
So the album, when is it coming out? Exactly. Spring. Okay. Do you have a date yet?
No, I don't. Because we're still mixing it. I'm going down to Tommy's studio first weekend of February.
Okay. So it's all recorded. It just needs
all
to be
recorded now.
Okay. Yeah.
So we finished that. So we did a bunch of recording out there. I had done a bunch of recording by myself, and then he did more like production stuff on it.
Okay.
And then we did some recording when we got back. You know Brett Mannion? Minivan, the band.
I've heard of Minivan.
Yeah, they just broke up, but really, really cool.
They're from Chicago. Yeah. Okay.
Huge in Chicago. They're like
they broke up. That sucks.
Yeah, dude. But they're like a DePaul band, and so he he let us come in and use the DePaul studio.
Oh, nice.
And so I got to track some like real organ and some grand piano. And we did some vocals there, and we did a bunch of vocals while. Because in Joshua Tree, that was the crazy thing is like the air was so thin that I wasn't able to like record vocals because I couldn't breathe
oh,
so well.
What the fuck? Holy shit.
So yeah, it was really, it was something, and it like ruined my guitars too, because like something about the air pressure and probably the humidity and the lack of thereof as far as humidity.
You don't really think about that.
So the guitars were like all warped and stuff.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. But so my dad's Christmas present to me this year was $100 for a guitar setup. So I'm taking them to Cream City, get them fixed up.
Nice.
Yeah, but they anyways, yeah, so we finished all the recording back in Chicago, but
cool.
To get to Chicago, we went to Moab. We first went to St. George, and man, like it was so weird, like it just became kind of like a hot tub tour. Like we just started going to all these different places with hot tubs. So we stayed at some hotel in
only if it has a hot tub. Hell yeah.
Like even the places you wouldn't think would have, like, man, the one in St. George had like such a cursed hot tub pool space. And like before we're driving there, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, it says they have an indoor and a outdoor pool. And I was like, dude, what if it's like at Country Springs where you go
dude, I love those.
And it was
that. Fuck yeah.
No one was there.
Ginormous hot tub.
No, it's a pool, but
okay.
But it was like it was like no one was in it, and there was like almost like a little film over the entire thing because no one was in it.
Yeah,
so you're like, oh, I don't want to get in that, but it looked pretty aesthetic.
Nasty. But you go under a flap and you're outside.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
And then in Moab, they had this amazing heated pool. At this I balled out on that resort one because it just looked so cool, and I think there was like nothing else that I could find that was like decent. And we stayed there a couple days, but we hiked Arches, and we hiked we just like did a bunch of hiking.
So where's St. George? Where's
St. George? Somewhere between just type it in. It's in Utah.
St. George.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
But it was just somewhere in between Joshua Tree and Moab.
Okay.
And there wasn't much to do there. We kind of just hung out.
Yeah.
And then we went over to Moab, and so that's right there.
Moab. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's where like Arches was.
Yeah.
And oh, dude. So we were trying to find some like hot water springs, like natural ones.
Totally.
And then so we couldn't find any, but there was this one that looked kind of promising. But then Tommy was like, dude, we can't go there. There's like a bunch of reviews that there's some weird old guy who just sits there and says weird things to people who go there. And I was like, yeah, dude, let's definitely not go there. And we're like either at our next destination or like driving, and we're hours away. And I think Tommy's brother said or something, but someone told us like, oh, dude, they were probably just saying that so that no one takes their secret spot.
Oh,
and
dude.
I was like, oh, you're right. It probably would have been awesome, and there probably would have been no weird old guy.
Right. That's a pretty random.
It's not like you can sit there all day.
Exactly.
Like,
pretty easy.
Come on, at least put the timestamp when you saw him last. But, yeah, no,
can't be that creepy.
They're probably just like keeping their spot sacred. And I was like, so if you ever are out in Utah, or it might have been in Colorado at that point.
Okay.
And you're looking for a hot spring, and it says there's a weird old dude. There's
just
probably not. Yeah, probably go and just see and then if you encounter the weird old dude,
it's a good story.
I did not tell you.
It's a good story.
To go. Yeah.
But because a lot of these places are getting overrun with tourists, right?
Yeah.
Be never been out west in the mountains like this, so
yeah.
I'm excited. I think when we do the out west, we'll kind of trek back through Utah and Colorado and be in the mountains. Actually,
yeah, man,
that's fucking sick though.
Utah was great though. It was so beautiful. So many just like big cool rocks to look at, and yeah, that resort was fun. And then I mean Arches I think was maybe one of my favorite hikes. And then we stopped somewhere along the way on the way to Boulder. And we did we did some great hike, but it was like 1,000-foot elevation increase in like I think 1.2 miles.
Oh, shit, so you're hiking.
So it was like
up there.
It was like really, really steep. But when we got up there, it was just paradise, man. It was so great.
I'll have to ask you for some recs when we're
dude,
kind of going through.
Yeah, man, I definitely got you.
Boulder is really a really cool city.
Yeah, man.
I like it more than Denver for sure.
Yeah, it's chill. I was there on like a weird time though. Like there was nothing popping there, but but and I also like I had a lot of work to do, and so I couldn't really experience Boulder. That was the weird thing, is like balancing like working remotely and then also like, so I think it's because if you spend your entire day driving, you also got to fit in time to be at a coffee shop or whatever. So
right.
But yeah, and then after that we were in dude, I forgot. Omaha.
Boulder to Omaha. Oh, sure,
yeah. And then right there to Chicago, and that's where we finished up the album. So it was really, really good time.
So just road tripping and making music.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we didn't make we definitely like expected that we would have made more music along the way, but then we would get to each place and we're like, well, we want to hike.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so
how many songs is there on the
10?
10?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I think we started with like 17 or 18 like potential ones, and then I just played a lot of them for Tommy, and he was like, yes, this is exciting, or no, this isn't very exciting.
Right.
Then, we wrote a couple of them together as well.
Cool.
Just like
are you releasing any singles with that, or just
probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I want to do a couple music videos, and yeah.
Dope. So Rooney Tunes,
baby.
You don't have a set date, you said?
No, not yet. I'm just trying to like figure out. I want to get it obviously all mixed and mastered first, and then like I want to figure out kind of the order of how I want everything to come out. At first, I was thinking like March a single, April a single, May album.
Yep.
Now I'm thinking more like beginning of April single, late April single, mid-May release.
Okay.
Of the whole album with like a focus track and maybe a music video or something like that.
Fuck yeah. Release show?
We'll see, man. I mean,
I'll be in LA,
so that'll be a little bit.
Do you have a date set for your first show with Eli and Jack?
No, I don't, but I've been working on it, and I'm trying to find
June 7th. We could do something.
Oh shit, man! Yeah, damn. That would be sick.
Maybe June 7th. I think it's June. Yeah, June 7th. Yeah, June 7th. I think
so. You don't have
that's a Friday.
Date yet, like out there. You don't have like a.
No, I don't have a venue set yet. Yeah, so.
Well, that.
If you want.
Well, we'll talk. I mean, what day of the week is that?
Friday.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
And I'm hoping, like I said, to expand the LA a little bit,
dude. Do you have anything the next day that you're going to?
Gonna try to. I'll have to look at my schedule. Let me see. So I think that we're gonna be in and out of LA.
Okay. Cool. Well, otherwise, I was saying if we could do a show on the 8th, and then I could take you to one of those jam sessions.
Oh, on the Friday.
On the Friday.
I mean, I'm flexible.
We'll see.
Let me just peep real quick. So LA on Friday, and then hoping to be in San Diego on that Saturday. But we can definitely
Well, we'll see, man.
Figure it out.
I mean,
it's because Sheila has her brother and dad in San Diego, so kind of like booking this tour around. We have some good friends in Seattle, so doing.
Seattle's. I've never been, but
I've never been to Upper Pacific Northwest, so I'm excited to be up there. But got some good friends there, so staying a weekend there, staying a weekend in San Diego, and then staying a weekend in Denver.
Oh, nice.
And then trying to travel and do shows in between.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Dude, I mean, how cool is that to be able to? I mean, also props to you. Doing music full time is so sick.
Thank you, man.
That's
Thank you.
So cool.
It's trying to make the jump. It's been like a lot of investing this year.
Yeah.
Like financially, like the last 3 years, I've been saving up a lot of money just with the full time job, and this year, I mean, I've had to buy invested in a trademark which that was like $3,000 and some other bigger stuff. But
Wow.
in like touring, like the first like East Coast tour broke even on like barely, but this last one like not so much. But trying to like make it financially work. So I'm not opposed to getting like a part-time job eventually.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be pretty chill to fill my time up with. But like, yeah, making it work. I don't think I'll ever go back to a corporate job.
Dude, hell yeah.
So
I mean,
exciting.
it's yeah. I also just like look at like you and a lot of artists I just admire so much because you've got this that you're working on. You've got the planning of shows. You've got the playing of shows. You've got selling merch online, in person. You've got doing special content for like a Patreon situation. You've got like making content for Instagram and like trying to find ways to like promote the music. And it's just like, it really is a full-time job if you're directing all your energy at it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And so I don't know, man. Man, I'm so like, I don't know. You're doing a lot.
Thank you, man.
I'm in awe.
Thank you
for sure. Yeah,
dude. I guess I've always just loved the entrepreneurial aspect of it.
Yeah, dude. You get to be a CEO of Social Sig, for real.
Yeah, seriously. Like I've always like in college when I was like younger, like 19, 18, and after right out of high school, like I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do as like everybody, and but I'm a pretty ambitious fella, and I like went like initially like going in my first year of college, I wanted to do this like care package kind of business of like trying to coordinate, making it basically a business of like parents could buy their kids a care package for college and try to do that, and then kind of pivoted to like a t-shirt brand. And then also pivoted to like joining an app team. Dope. And then pivoted to like doing a lot of like photography and got really into, I don't know, just like
tried a bunch of stuff out. This is what stuck for you.
And then it was just like came back to music, and I was like, oh, I can literally do all of that in this brand.
Yeah. So I don't know if you ever told me, how'd you come up with the name?
Oh yeah. So
circle back.
Yeah. So I was going by Arcilla Kid for a while.
Okay.
Arcilla is my middle name.
Oh, dope.
And it's my mom's maiden name.
Oh, nice.
So she has 4 sisters, and so there was no like guy to carry on the last name. So like all my cousins have the middle name Arcilia, or most of us.
Yeah.
All my brothers have the same middle name, and so did Arcilla Kid, and then I just didn't love it. I felt like it was, I don't know, kind of like a hip hop name. I feel like with Kid after it, you could kind of put yourself into a certain, I don't know, it just didn't feel right.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I didn't want people to see me and be like, oh, what's up, Arcilla Kid? It just felt
like,
like not me. And so I definitely loved the idea of branding. Like I wanted my project to be like a band kind of idea, like I don't know, like Goth Babe is like still Goth Babe, but it's like the band.
I love that, like when you have a different name that's not just your name, like and
I wanted something to tell a story and that like sounded good and looks good on a flyer, and so I was looking for a name, like literally just in my day-to-day of just talking to people, just constantly trying to find like words that would be a cool band name. And so long story short, or longer, I was in my sophomore year of college, just got into my own house with like 5 other of my really good friends, and I bought this bag of tobacco and like 200 like cigarette filters, and so they were in the cabinet, and whenever we would have a party or whatever, we would always sit around the table stuffing these cigarette things with tobacco and just sitting around the table like whatever. And we were all none of us really smoked cigarettes, like we all vaped and stuff, but we called them social cigs. I don't know who coined it first or whatever, but called them social cigs because we were just like, oh, we're just doing it socially, we don't actually smoke cigarettes kind of thing. And so that kind of developed in my friend group, and then fast forward again to like that following summer, I was looking for a band name, and my friend Ryan, she came into work and was like, yo, I just had the craziest night last night. I smoked a social cig with Young the Giant at Summerfest, and at that moment I was like, social cig. And
Yeah.
I went to Instagram, looked it up, like wasn't taken. Went to Spotify, like Googled, like to see if it was taken, and it checked all the boxes, man.
And now you got a trademark.
And yeah. Well, it's in the process. It's,
Okay, gotcha.
It's not official yet,
Okay,
but
okay.
yeah. So
So I'll go work on my trademarking of social cig.
exactly,
Yeah.
See if your lawyers
you're
can
mine.
be yeah, fuck it. Yeah, that'd be crazy, dude. I hope it goes through too, because that's like a nightmare of having to change your name as an artist. Like, oh fuck, or even like losing your Instagram to like some like what if like Instagram just flags it?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that would suck, man. I mean, it would really suck to be social vape.
Social
that
bad.
would suck, bro.
Social joint.
Oh no, oh no.
Social vape. Yeah, that can't happen.
Dude. I mean, it's just like, but here's the thing. I mean, nothing's as bad as like Emmett Mulrooney. That would suck,
You gotta get fucking name,
dude.
Yeah, lucky
Tommy
with
told me
that.
like recently. He's like, yeah, man. He said like his like uncle or something like that said, yeah, I want to listen to that guy's music just because it's a cool rock star name. I like that guy's name. I really like the idea of Rooney Tunes. Like as soon as I
that's
said that,
super good. I love it.
I was like, that has to be an album. Like
Rooney Tunes.
yeah, just thought.
How did
of
you
it one
think
day.
of that? Just
I don't know.
kinda-
I was just like thinking. I was like Rooney Tunes. You know, I mean, because like Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
But Looney Tunes was Looney and then Toons because it's cartoons.
Right.
And this is tunes because it's music.
Rooney
so it's-
Tunes.
Yeah,
Do
Rooney
you-
Tunes.
Do you spell it O or Tunes? Rooney
Tunes is Tunes.
Rooney Tunes. Yeah.
So
but the O and Rooney,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you see,
Yes.
flipped it. I see.
Yeah. So it's
Word
yeah,
play.
no, I'm super excited about it.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, Rooney Tunes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Do you ever think that, like, have you ever thought of like a band name ever? Just a curious question. Like, or were you always set on Emmett Mulrooney?
No, yeah, it's always I used to go by Emmett Patrick.
Oh God,
because my middle name is Patrick.
Sure.
So you know.
Oh, Emmett Mulrooney is 20
Emmett Mulrooney
billion
is way
times better.
I think it was just because like as a kid my parents didn't want me like to have my name on social media and stuff. So like I originally was Emmett Music, like as just like my YouTube channel name.
Yeah.
And then I was Emmett Patrick, and then I became Emmett Mulrooney with my like high school project. I put out this album. Do you know who Willie Porter is?
Willie Porter.
Yeah,
Sounds
he's kind of
really
like
familiar.
the you of the previous generation. Like he was huge in Wisconsin. He kind of like he really explained this. I have a wagon wheel that my mom gave me a gift. But he gave me a lot of advice like as starting out, and he also got me in touch with the guy who like mixed one of his records, and his name's Vinny. And he had and yeah, so I ended up recording an EP with him, but he's like what he did the whole local thing, and my dad booked him in college at his college.
Sure, yeah.
So my parents were lifetime fans, and I went to a show of his every single year in
Cool.
Cedarburg. It was a benefit concert, and
he's like a touring musician.
yeah,
now?
but you know, Milwaukee based.
Yeah,
and so
sick.
probably one of my biggest musical inspirations.
Cool.
But he always went through this like this idea of like, and I feel like you've really done this a lot as well. And actually I saw Cleo on her podcast with you talked about this idea of like hitting different, going out, hit
sure,
different
yeah,
cities,
okay, yeah.
come back, do it a bunch of times every year, but keep like your hometown as the hub. You've got the hometown love there.
Yeah.
You can do a few shows there every year and like really know that they're going to be a good turnout.
Yep.
But yeah, so anyways, he always talked about it as a wagon wheel. And so I've got this symbol. I've got an actual wagon wheel. It's like this big.
Oh shit.
And
cool.
And you know, my mom put Wisconsin in there or whatever. So
so like the wagon, like Wisconsin's in the middle, and
yeah,
then, like
and then you
going out like
so
that.
I mean,
I
for you it'd
see.
be like Milwaukee's there, and then you're always going to
Oh.
Chicago. You occasionally go up to like La Crosse, and you do Eau Claire, and you do
Totally.
Minneapolis, and you know, just really going out and hitting all the spots.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it's so. I have no clue why I was talking about him, but
that's some good solid sound advice.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just good. Like that's how you build this up. Is like,
exactly.
Got to put
be
the
sure
reps
to
in.
go back to the other ones and
pick up a few people each time.
Yeah, it's basically building what is in Milwaukee here to different cities and just expanding that way.
Yeah. I remember why. It's because we were talking about that first project, or like when I changed to Emmett Mulrooney.
Oh, okay.
It was with that project, and he so.
Cool. I'll have to check him out. Willie Porter.
Okay. Yeah. I cover a lot of his songs. Me and my mom, whenever like I'm at playing a show and my mom's there, we'll cover his song Watercolor. And I'll invite her on stage. And it's
sick.
Cute. And actually, back in the coffee shop days, we used to cover one called Need You. And so I would always, it's kind of been a tradition of ours for the past almost decade.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really sweet.
That's really cool. My parents aren't musicians at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's a great singer.
Good, yes.
And my dad's a guitar player.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
that's kind of like
everything.
That's kind of like August Rush in a way. It's like the two musician parents.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Form.
Yes, dude. Yeah, and I'm August Rush. This is fucking awesome because that must mean, man, I'm
so living the fucking life, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm a fucking rock star. I'm the composer at like 15 or something. Like,
child prodigy,
dude.
man.
Fuck yeah, thanks, dude.
Well, kind of got to wrap this up because I got to pick Sheila up from work. But when's your February? What date is your
February
Cactus
11th?
Club?
Yeah, it's
February
a Sunday. We've got us and and then JD is the headliner, and then Colin Bracewell and Secret Menu.
Cool.
So it's gonna be a really good time.
Dude, I'm gonna try to pop up for that one for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Being a Sunday too, it makes it much easier too.
Yeah.
So I've been meaning to see Secret Menu too, and also it'd be sick to meet Colin Bracewell. So, dope.
Yeah. I mean, you got to see one of my sets too.
I know, man. It's been too long, dude. I know.
It's been a minute, so.
I know. I'll be. I'm gonna do my best to.
And if not, I'll see you in LA.
Yeah, exactly. Well, check out Rooney Tunes, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for having me,
dude. Thanks for popping on, man. This was a good conversation,
dude. Fuck yeah.
But you're the fucking man, and looking forward to everything that you do in the future, dude.
Dude, likewise, bro.
Fuck yeah. Much love. This is great. Thanks for tuning in, yo. I'm terrible at wrapping these up, but pieces.